Opening up our next podcast here, which is, I don't remember the number. We're not supposed to be making the numbers known anyway.
This is not one of our regular program. This is like an addendum program.
Well, it's still the
special guest program.
It's still the Albritton Letters.
Still the Albritton. Okay.
And our guest today, we were thinking about renaming him Ricky Albritton as another Albritton brother, but we can't do that really. It's Ricky Lester is our guest here today, and we're going to talk to Ricky about a few things, primarily
metal detecting.
Now, Ricky knows a lot of stuff. Now, I'm telling you, he's one of those kind of guys that he may be a genius. He knows so much, but this is one of his areas of speciality.
Well, we have so little time. This 30 minutes that we
30 minutes
composes our podcast goes by so fast.
Yeah,
we like to jump right into it and get into the meat of it.
Yeah,
so we don't waste time bantering, arguing, or chatting with
arguing. That's never a waste of time.
Lloyd likes to get off on other subjects. All it takes is to mention horses or politics or something like that, and Lloyd's off.
All right, well, we're talking about finding stuff.
Finding things.
Is that what it is, Ricky?
Yes.
Jump right in whenever you feel like it.
Well, I did a little research last night, but I can't remember what I read. I do know that it's a highly technical contraption invented sometime in the 1800s, but it deals with oscillating inductive coils and
electromagnetic fields,
magnetometers, and all these highly technical.
Can you spell that, Phillip?
No, I can't. I can't even spell it. But I read about it, but I didn't quite understand it. And but we're going to do our best to explain it to an audience a little bit, especially from the perspective of Ricky and his hobby doing and what he does.
Now, Rick, is this a hobby for you, or is it a professional endeavor? I mean,
it's a hobby.
Endeavor. More of a hobby.
Yes.
Okay. Well, jump in there and tell us about it. What's it? Oh, Phillip's told us, but he's probably wrong.
I'm partially right, partially wrong, but there's a whole lot to it, more to it than I know.
Most people get into it as a hobby. They buy their first metal detector, and you can buy metal detectors anywhere from $90,000 to $100,000.
Wow.
But on the market that I'm in, a special detector for gold, one of the best, is about $3,000.
Okay.
Well, from what I read, the science involved, the technology involved in the making of what you have is much the same as the technology involved in the metal detectors at the airport. It's the same kind of thing that detects metal in that particular way.
In other words, I couldn't go down to Napa Auto Parts and get one of those little magnets for picking up screws when I lose them working. That wouldn't work, would it?
No.
Okay.
that would work to pick up those screws.
I'm just trying to think of a cheaper way.
And if you could pick up, the only coin in the United States that we've ever had that is made of steel that you could pick up with a magnet is a 1943 penny. Instead of making them with lead, they were using they tried them a little bit with steel. And because lead was used overseas during the war and all kinds of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our only one. Now, a lot of countries use steel coins. You can go drop a magnet. I magnet fish too.
Magnet fish?
Yes.
Put the magnet down in the water to get metal.
Yeah. I've found knives, screwdrivers, hammers. I have a 3,600 pound pull magnet. It's that big around and it's about that thick.
You ever see Breaking Bad?
Oh, yes.
That big magnet they put in that van.
Oh, yeah. They're trying to kill the tapes.
The laptop that was in the vault. Yeah.
Trying to kill the laptop.
Oh, we're getting off subject here.
But now, you say this is a hobby for you, but you have enough equipment. If I needed some help with something, you could charge me and do it, couldn't you?
Oh, yes.
I mean, if I had a job that you could help me with.
I made my own cards up, Crusader digging or Lost and Found, and I give them to people, and sometimes they might need me to find I've looked for boundary lines in property, where someone might say, my wife lost her wedding ring, and I'll go find them.
Like on the beach,
Yeah.
somewhere like that.
Well, beach is a hard thing because
It's in that sand.
it's in that sand, but my metal detector will go through anything. But the thing about the beach is, where she dropped it, people kicking up sand and everything, it might be 30 yards away by the time you get there to look for it.
Oh, I see.
Or the waves washed it out.
Yeah.
Might be washed out in the ocean already somewhere. So where would be a typical, most common application for what you do? Where would you be looking? Like in the water or in the sand? Or
My metal detector will go down 16 feet in the water, underwater. But I like to go places to look for Civil War stuff and coins.
Oh, I see.
Does the device itself go under the water? Or?
Yes.
Oh.
Now, we've got some stuff under the table here. Feel free to pick it up if you want to display what you have here. And how that might work.
Some people, and I've been mistaken thinking that too sometimes, that a metal detector works off of detecting mass. But it doesn't detect mass, it detects metal.
Yes.
Steel or whatever.
The eddy currents that come off of coins and other metallic items.
Well, that clarifies that. And
well, other than like jewelry, what would be another typical something?
Jewelry, coins,
Car keys?
car keys,
archaeologically, artifacts.
That's what I go to Canoe for.
Okay. A lot of Civil War stuff out there?
Yes.
Have you found some stuff?
Yes. I found bullets, part of a pocket knife, caps that went on flintlock rifles, all kinds of different things.
What got you interested in something like this?
My brother gave me a detector when he visited me 14 years ago, and his wife said, well, go ahead and give Rick that detector. And it was a cheap detector, but it works just like a $1,500 detector works. They both have the same idea. Mm-hmm. They shoot electromagnetics into the ground, and then as it's going, it will pick up the eddy currents off of coins, keys, anything metal.
And then project that back. It radiates back.
No,
Like
you
an
call
echo.
it an eddy current. It's EDDY, EDDI.
I think it's EDI.
Eddy
Or
current.
EDDI, eddy current.
What does that mean? No, an eddy current.
It probably comes from medicine, doesn't it?
An eddy current is something that all metals have when we get down to the atoms and all of that stuff, and that's what helps that to pick it up.
Okay.
So, like we don't realize, like even solid objects, the molecules and atoms inside, they're moving.
Yes.
They create this current, and it's specific. Metal is specific to metal. Glass is different, whatever. So you're picking up that movement of the atoms inside the molecules.
Now that's pretty deep right there, Phillip. So a piece of metal sitting there, everything's moving
It's moving around.
in that. That's interesting. That's kind of like the idea of people talking to plants, isn't it? I mean, there are molecules that are
Yes.
maybe capable of actually hearing.
Yes. I believe plants can understand us. They can understand emotions. They can understand loud, low noises, anything like that. And that's kind of like metal detecting. Depending on what kind of metal detector you have, it has a special purpose.
Well, what makes one cost $10,000 over one that costs $100? What's
A few extra bells and whistles.
But is it the sensitivity of it?
Sensitivity, like a $99 one, you can pick up maybe on a good day, depending on what kind of soil, 4 to 6 inches into the dirt.
Yeah.
But one that's more expensive will pick up 2 to 3 feet in the dirt. And I have picked up stuff that is 4 feet with mine.
Oh wow.
So, how do you get your? So you're picking up 4 feet deep from the surface.
Yes.
You don't have to dig down in the ground with your instrument.
Correct.
So then, when you find it, you got to dig to get it.
You got to dig to get it.
Now I saw. You're familiar with this. I don't know if Lloyd is. This show on British TV called the Detector.
Detectors. Yeah, my wife loves that.
And I learned a lot about metal detecting watching that show. And they would they would find something deep, and they dig, and then in the dirt that they pulled up, they had a little small one. They would examine small parts of where they dug up.
Yeah, right here. It's a pinpointer. You turn it on, pick it up, and when you get a big pile of dirt, you don't want to have to sit there and just
Fiddle through it with your fingers.
yeah, and then this will help you. Well, you do it like that,
Pinpoint.
look through the dirt, and it'll pinpoint it.
Is that the same thing they use at the airport?
A wand.
It's kind of like a
Pretty
wand.
much?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like a wand. Only a wand expands out more as to where this is going for a certain
That's why they call it a pinpointer.
pinpointer. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Well, I like I said, I learned a lot watching that show. Aside from it being a very well made, entertaining movie series on TV, but some really high class actors were in it too that aren't American, but they were British. These guys that were in it.
Now, you got that tool belt there. What else you got in that
Oh.
package right there?
Well, I have my bags to where I keep stuff.
I tell you what, stand up right there and put that belt on, and then explain it for the so the camera can see. Because I'm kind of curious about that.
Okay.
What-
Let me find out where I have it.
You got some knives there too. Is that the survival
Yeah.
belt?
Yeah, I keep a knife because, well, I'll do it like this. This is my digging tool.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it's like a scoop digger.
Yeah, and this is made by a company called Lish. They hand make everything. And I have pried up 80, 90-pound rocks with this, and it is made so good it won't bend or do anything. It does its job. And then I carry a knife as a just in case to protect myself in case someone wants to get ugly with me.
You're out in the woods. And
You're out in the woods, you don't know if you're going to see a bear, a wolf, a coyote,
Yeah.
a snake. And if I see snakes, I just let them go their way. I don't mess with them. And then a pinpointer.
Which is what you just showed us.
Yes, sir.
And then the main device is the reason you have a belt is because you carry that without using your hands. So your hands are on this thing.
Right. This is my MindLab Manticore. And this is an interesting detector because it has a 2D map on it.
That's like a GPS device or something there.
Yeah, it does that too. If you can pinpoint like where you're at, you can keep that on record in here.
Yeah.
And it has a 2D map come up. When it hits something metal, it'll give you an outline of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your magnetic field.
That's my coil. Yes,
your
sir.
coil. Okay.
And what about, like you said, it'll detect something 4 feet deep. You don't have a shovel? You carry a shovel?
Yes, I carry a shovel that I also got from Lish, the company that makes these.
Mm-hmm.
I carry, most of the time in my truck, there are 4 or 5 shovels. I have 6 metal detectors. I try to keep one in the truck at all time. And
You ever had to dig down that deep, 4 or 5 feet?
yes, but for this to go 4 feet, it's kind of rare. And what I found at 4 feet was a
Face there.
let me see, what's the name? A sewer system.
Oh.
Someone's sewer tank. Because it's big, so it puts off a lot.
And they have those cast iron pipes in there.
Cast iron pipes.
Yeah.
But metal detecting is great. You can start out maybe even as cheap as $59. That was like the metal detector I started out with. I used it for a while, then I moved up a little bit.
Where would you buy something like that?
There's a company in Florida called Kelly Co. And I love to use them because from what I've seen, they are the most professional. And they have everything. There are 3 main companies for metal detecting. MineLab, to me, is number 1. Garrett is number 2. Simplex is number 3. And there's a couple more companies, and people are going to disagree with me because what they get and what they like, then that's the number 1 company.
Yeah. Well, we'll put these names you give us, we'll put links in the show notes of this, so people can scroll down and see.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Now, if somebody was just a total novice and wanted to get into it, you wouldn't find this kind of stuff a beginner's kit at Walmart, would you?
No, sir.
You got to find a specialty company.
You can go to Amazon and look up metal detector beginning kit, something like that, and it'll give you a few things like a sand scoop, maybe one of these as a different kind. But Amazon's also a good place to look.
Okay.
But for a novice, somebody who's just getting started, and not wanting to, they don't know if they're going to like it or not, so they get a fairly inexpensive one and then play around with it a while. They might want it just to find like a screw they dropped in the yard that goes to the car or something.
Yes.
Things like that. And then as they get more interested in it and get involved in it like you are, then they make an investment into a better one.
Definitely. Then they'll say, well, I want one that goes underwater.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, Simplex revolutionized that a few years ago. I didn't have one that would go underwater. And Simplex, for like $299, came out with one that you could take 16 feet underwater for a price like that. That's a first. And they're a company out of Turkey.
Now, are you talking about you going underwater with it or holding it up at the top of the water and it will go?
Now, you can either take it down while you're standing over it, or you can dive.
Like scuba diving.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And go underwater with it.
When I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of these sitcoms or TV shows where amateurs. I Love Lucy. I remember watching the old I Love Lucy where Fred and Ricky and they all went out with these uranium detectors.
Oh.
It would start clicking. Is this worked anyway like that?
Kinda, yeah.
Like radioactivity, you could,
Yeah.
Would this work for that? Or
Yes.
It would?
Yes, definitely. Uranium is a metal, so.
That was popular back in the 50s in those shows you're talking about because that was the age of nuclear development. NASA and the space race, and it was all starting then.
Yeah, that was my early exposure to metal detecting was that uranium. I think it was we used to watch I Love Lucy. I remember that show where they'd be out trying to find uranium.
Well, what is your greatest interest in it? Finding artifacts? Or?
Artifacts, coins, and you can metal detect anywhere. You don't want to take a big shovel and everything like to a park in Atmore, but if you take one of these, maybe just put that in your pocket with none of the rest of this stuff. And you hear a good noise and get a good signal.
You can dig a little bit.
Dig a little bit. And then one thing in metal detecting, if you make a hole, you fill it up.
Oh.
You have to.
Kind of like a golf, what do you call it, divot?
Divot. It's like a divot. You make a divot.
You're supposed to fix it.
You're supposed to fix it.
Or if you're camping, leave no trace of yourself.
Yes, it's like that. And I metal detect the parks of Atmore. I like to go into different creeks around here and metal detect. My wife told me we have some land in Perdido, and she said my daddy used to swim in that little creek right there. Mm-hmm. That's where he learned to swim.
I know where you're talking about. Lefty took me over there one time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I took my metal detector there and looked around and found 2 old pocket knives from the 1930s and 40s.
Get out.
Underneath the dirt, under the water. Yeah. It's just for fun. I give people business cards, but if I don't have to travel far, I don't even charge them anything because it's just a hobby to me. Mm-hmm. I enjoy helping people.
Well, that whole idea of searching for treasure is compelling. It's a compelling idea for not just kids, but everybody, So a metal detector adds to the ability to search for metals, coins, or whatever treasure. But you don't have to have that to search for treasure. I had a hobby called letterboxing where we would plant treasures all over the country, and then people would find them based on like geocaching kind of.
That's kind of like that where those people make those rocks. There's a place in Pensacola, a group that paints rocks and puts where they're from, and then they'll hide it somewhere.
Right, and then the clues are somewhere online about it.
Yeah.
Is that how that letterboxing works?
Yeah, your clues are online, and
you go all over the country with that, wouldn't you?
yeah, they're all over
you
the
could
world.
go to California and look for something.
Yeah, everywhere you go, there's letterboxes and geocaches. But it started in England a long time ago.
But to me, it's a great hobby. It gives you a chance to get out and get exercise. You don't need an expensive machine to start. If you want a good machine, $199 to $200, $300. That's a good machine. It'll do everything you need it to do.
Is there an element of society that pushes back against it? Do you get some resistance?
Yes.
Places?
Some people, like I was metal detecting beside an old farm field one time. And a guy asked me, he goes, "Do you have permission to be here?" I said, "I apologize. Is it your property?" He goes, "Well, no." I said, "Well, then I don't need permission. It's within 10 feet of the road. I can do it." He goes, "Well, I'm going to go tell the owner." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry. Go tell him." Yeah. But most places, if you want to go somewhere that's private property, I just go and ask people, knock on doors, say, "I have a metal detector and it's my hobby. Would you mind if I metal detected in your old field out here? And I'll split with you whatever I find." And most of the time they'll say, "We don't want anything, just go ahead and do it." Most people are nice, but some people like to complain about you doing it.
Yeah,
they feel threatened, their privacy or something.
Yeah, and I can understand that in a way.
But it's not a common problem.
Not a common problem.
Yeah.
And if you want to do something a little different, I also have a neon green road vest I put on if I'm doing something near a road, and a hard hat.
Okay.
And I look like I belong there.
Okay.
What about official resistance, like national parks? Do they allow?
Oh, no, that's a little different. National parks, some of them will allow you, but most of them won't.
Can you go to an office and get permission to do it
Yeah.
at the park?
Yeah.
Because sometimes the national park rule or the state park rule might be, no, you can't do that. But if you go and talk to the ranger there at the park, they say, "Oh yeah, you can go ahead and do it."
Most people are really nice about it. They'll let you do it.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting. And
talk about the old movies and all. There used to be the old oil men. The ones that mostly were con men, but finding oil with a stick.
Yeah.
Or finding water, the old water finders.
The truing rod, what's it called? The rod? Sampling rod? Or so, they had a term for it.
And I believe that is based in science. The wood one.
Explain
Yes.
that. I mean, I always considered
divining rod.
more of a charlatan.
Because now for oil and stuff like that, I don't know, but the people are looking for water. What does wood like? It likes water. Mm-hmm. So it might be able to tell you that there is water under there.
Get back to that atomic molecular desire for an affinity for water.
That's it.
Now that would be using a piece of wood, the old-fashioned way.
Correct.
But if we can develop a scanner here that can find metal, and I mean Phillip was talking about this thing of molecules moving and If that would be the case with a piece of metal, then it would also be the case with water, wouldn't it? There are molecules in
Yes.
there that are acting and reacting.
Moving and reacting.
So there must be some kind of device, I don't know if it's based on a magnetic principle or what, that you could find water. So back in the old days, they used that stick. Maybe, the stick seeks water, but do we have any kind of instrument that could actually find water?
It's a drill.
Well, that's drilling for it till it pops up on the
That
but
that I am unsure
actually
of.
finding the molecules.
But that's interesting, though.
It may be a case of where finding water is easier to do by more common ways, and nothing has been invented to do something highly technical or electronic to find.
Well, and it also leads my thinking. Phillip, you and I spent a few years working out in the oil field.
Yeah.
And we learned a little bit about them finding oil. Basically, when geologists are looking for oil where they can drill, we know that wildcat oil drilling, that's poking holes in the ground till you find some oil, is like 1 out of 10. So they'd spend millions of dollars they'll drill 9 empty holes just to find one. I'm wondering, there must be a better way.
Well, the way they
Because that's really expensive to do that.
The way the geologists initially decide to drill in a particular area is geographics,
Evidence,
geology,
science.
geologic evidence, and science. Yeah, based on the land and they drill sample
They go down and they'll drill a core out of the
core down in the earth or something to find out if it's a condition that might have oil. Then they'll start doing wildcat drilling or something.
Yeah. See, I was more wondering, like what Rick does, if there was a magnetic type instrument that could actually, there's oil down there.
Yeah.
Bam, they could go drill a hole.
It might be that we don't know.
Obviously not, or I think they'd be using that technology because the
Well,
oil field is highly
everything we have
technology
had
driven.
its beginning in government military use, and they know about it long before we
Well, that's
do.
a good point. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And another thing that I'm starting to get into, I haven't done yet, but I have the stuff. You see these old gold miners with their pan at the creek.
Right. Yeah.
People don't know this. Alabama has quite a bit of gold in the creeks.
I didn't know that.
So this can
Florida
find
does.
gold metal?
Oh yeah, that will find any metal on the planet.
Wow.
But the gold pan, I look forward to getting out and trying that, and put a bunch of rocks and sand and stuff in there, and just do it until see if I get anything.
What are they doing when they're swishing that pan around? Is the gold kind of settle out? It's like,
Yes.
It's heavier and more
Yes,
dense.
it settles into the bottom, and then they keep doing it, and they'll do one pan 4 or 5 times, and then they'll look, and there'll be little specks of gold. I mean, so tiny.
It's falling down to settle to the bottom.
Yes.
Well, this is all interesting. So interesting. Our time has already gone by just about.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, it flies right on by when we're sitting here talking. So we want to thank Ricky for joining us today, and we are going to have to close this one out and
Well, maybe we can talk some more about it.
come back again. Yeah, some other
come back
time.
again. I know you know about more things than metal detecting. So maybe you come back and join us on
That'd be incredible. Love to.
talk about
Love this show.
some stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
we pride ourselves on the most boring topics we can come up with.
Yeah. And I like
I'm
to
trying
say
to make them interesting.
in the show notes, I always put we don't try to solve any big problems or answer any big questions. We just talk about it.
But
That's a good
Anyway, let's
slogan.
say bye. Let's close this out.